Lúnach, agus tres limle fág ní bhaintas na himmelthóirí agus iad san go léir a bhí cá glób. Is cúis mór áhas do hain tugad sé sásan bhí le dom fénis do saigin. Ar nahantas has spáintíobh se léircan an oir a camogie tar éis an dúsis tógad tí úr sport a bhúcan. I think, dear friends of, dear Cork people, I have to say, it's a very great pleasure on my own behalf and on behalf of Spina to welcome you all here. What as I have just said in Irish is a very celebratory occasion, of course, for the All-Ireland Senior victors and the intermediate champions, but on behalf of everyone who loves sport and everyone who followed with interest and pride the exciting and exhilarating All-Ireland Camogie final between Cork and Kilkenny in Cork last September. It was a marvellous day and I'm delighted to be able to join with you as you celebrate the team's marvellous achievement in winning the All-Ireland Camogie final, one of the largest sporting events in Ireland. And I'm checking it out, of course, it's 28 times Cork has won. And I said, of course, 2 times more than Dublin. And it is the 3rd time, I think, that you've met Kilkenny. And I think it is a great, great achievement. The 18 All-Ireland Camogie final was a memorable and thrilling game from beginning to end. And it was very clear, Sabina and I were there, and it was very clear that it was going to be close right until the very near final heart-stopping moment of the game when Ola Cotter remained calm and composed under pressure to score the winning point that secured Cork's fantastic win. I must say as well, all of us who admire sport and are very much in favour of the importance of sport in Ireland, are always in admiration of the great teamwork that's involved. And that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the dedication and commitment that you've all given and the hours of training. And the hours of training in our unpredictable weather, ever more unpredictable climate, can often be very cold and inclement, but that's when in fact you're all tested as players and supporters. But teamwork and unity are absolutely of importance in our everyday lives. And I noticed sometimes as we were meeting our guests this afternoon, the sense of family shared interest in sport. As I think in addition we had Aoife Murray, goalkeeper and captain, Paddy Murray, manager, and Kevin Murray, selector. So I think there is something in the genes there in the Murrays that is very important. But it's very clear to us on All-Ireland final day that it was a team and a set of supporting skills that had great unity and mutual respect, and that they were of great assistance to each other. And each and every one of you, I want to say as President of Ireland, that should to be congratulated for your outstanding contribution and achievement. And I also say, on top of that, I went leis mar eisimplantas dine open na tíre seo. It is not only for the achievement on that day or indeed for the campaign, but for the example that you are for young people in our country. Because leadership is not only leadership but working as a team and having respect for others are very important themes of our Gaelic games, our Cliffinashunta, and indeed of all sports. But they're qualities that translate right across into community work and everyday life, regardless of where you live. And the values that are inculcated in people in sport are ones that go on to make a contribution to the kind of society we're trying to create in our republic. Now, as to outcomes as well, the members of the Cork Camogie team know more than anyone else perhaps that in sport there is never a certainty about the outcome. And there are no certain winners, but there are always the competing, courageous and committed athletes. And that is part of the challenging journey each particular participant in sport must travel, for it is a sport, and it is one of the challenges that they face and overcome again and again. and it doesn't necessarily get progressively easier. So all of you know only too well how tight the margins are between winning and losing, at the level of competing in excellence, how much courage it takes to face up to those margins, to accept the risks, to commit to the ethic of competing, of being tested rigorously, and accepting the outcome, whatever it is. But we are all, we're all very proud of you and very grateful to you for going the distance in your training and participation, making so many sacrifices to be the best. And your experiences, as I have said, will serve to inspire the imagination of others and making you inspiring role models for Ireland's young women. Of course, and it is to be welcomed, that there is widespread agreement on the importance of sport in the overall development of the human person. It is vital that, I think as well, that women be given the opportunity to participate in sport, and that they are given every opportunity to do so from both in terms of lifestyle and health and enjoyment. But Irish women's sport has probably never been stronger, and in recent years the achievements of our female sports stars have contributed enormously to the overall success of Irish sport. Agus Tábha Caint Fishing, Common Camogie and Éile are among those leading the way in providing sporting opportunities for young women throughout Ireland, and advocacy for participation of women in all forms of sport. And in my own presidency, I've sought to champion and advance and celebrate women's achievements, highlighting the need for gender equality in every aspect of life abroad and in sport. It has been a pleasure for Sabina and I to celebrate International Women's Day here at All-Ireland every year, and I'm very delighted to be able to indicate support for the 20 by 20 If You Can't See It, You Can't Be It initiative, a movement which will shift cultural participation of women's sport by committing to increasing the media coverage of women in sport by 20%, because if she can't see it, she can't be it, as the campaign says. I remember at International Women's Day in the very early years of being president, of leaving in a day rather like today and going out to the rugby game to make sure that it was covered, really for the sole intention of dragging RTE after me. Of course, principally to indicate my support for the team. And I think a very important event in the history of sport was being the recognition last November when UNESCO announced recognition of hurling and camogie on the representative list of intangible cultural heritage, which is a great occasion. That global acknowledgement of the unique and cultural significance camogie and hurling, and of the important role Gaelic games play in Irish society, is a tribute to the Gaelic Sports Associations, whose work and volunteering ethos on the beating hearts of so many communities all over the island of Ireland, and indeed all across the world, as Gaelic games are now played on every continent. And indeed it is a way in which people so often introduce themselves as to say, who do you shop for? So Tréslím le Gatan atá páirteach sa méid atá buinte amach I cuasaí sport agus a cóir gur cin cían or Cliff náisiúnta. UNESCO's recognition of the importance Gaelic games play in society, that they are an intrinsic part of Irish culture, is very important, acknowledging that they play a central role in promoting health, well-being and inclusiveness. And it highlights yet again that team spirit, respect for skill, excellence and creativity are at the very heart of Irish society. And I'm very pleased myself, must say, to find that there is a greater attention being paid to the importance of respect in sport. And it's something, as I said, that if it happens in sport, and those who support sport and speak of it, it extends very valuably into every aspect of Irish life. So is féidir linn a bheith anabródú las ar naibert Gaelach mar dúirt mé, or de an gar galtar ar dúras na dlígalcha, agus is féidir linn misneach a bheith in our ábalta, the deisio chuirt a fáiste fud fad na tíre, agus a clóróid na hála in bhfuil pobl Gaelacha, Déisiú the call of his book Oga, Port a Lachas na Tuhisha, has got Tarafud with Asta. And I do want to say that it's not our Gubber Gujora, those who are volunteering are so important. The people, for example, are in the days who are gathering jerseys and driving endlessly from all the different levels of the sport at all ages. It is so important. So we have every reason, as I have just said in our first language, to be proud of our native sports and our international reputation for creativity. Cork is a reputation which is greatly enhanced by those involved in sports, sportswomen and men, and by the countless volunteers who passed on the love of the game to future generations. You are leading sportswomen, pushing open the gates to sport for ever more young women. You inspire future generation of girls to harvest the benefit of being not only physically strong, mentally healthy, but most important of all, a supporter of equality and a practitioner of equality. You are female role models that our young women of today and subsequent generations will want to emulate. Agus tá bhásam, tá sé áhas spéisial from Higgins, Van Kayla, áhas aram go will she. We're so pleased that you have given us the opportunity of being part of your celebration. And to the coaches, the families, partners, administrators, officials and supporters. I've always been fascinated by the phrase, the county board, a space of great peace and contention. But I thank all for everything you've worked to achieve. The long hours, the training sessions, the willing on, the guidance, the sacrifices you had to make to be there for the team. Now to mention, of course, is that I'm so pleased, particularly Sabina and I both are, that you brought your parents and your friends and those close to you with you to be with us for this celebratory occasion. And I just really feel that it is something to be very proud of. I hope that you will remember your visit to us. So congratulations once again to each and every one of you and all those who are supporting you. And may you continue to derive pleasure and satisfaction from it. And may the benefit of health and the example that you give may it flow through our community. Mille buigas is barbara.